first thing to recognize is this. What you and I think of as your product being hijacked actually is nothing more than somebody else becoming a distributor of your product on Amazon. It's like you've gone up the food chain and become a wholesaler for your own product, and now you've got people buying it with a view to selling your product on Amazon too. Okay? So what we think of as hijacking is nothing more than that, and in actuality Amazon encourages that. Amazon encourages what we call hijacking. Amazon encourages that to happen. So here I am on a product listing, and you can see, have you got one to sell? Just there. Well, that little button there is the please come and hijack my listing button. That's all that means. Please come and be another seller to compete with me for my product. Amazon encourages it. Amazon encourages it. So that's the first thing to recognize. And you know, I think that having other people sell your product for you could be super cool. That could be really an awesome thing, because as long as they are doing it in a legitimate way, why wouldn't you want other people selling your product for you? Why wouldn't you want that? Now, so that's that. However, there is a nefarious side to this process, which is when the seller who has quote unquote hijacked your listing is not a good person. And what they're actually doing is they are either blatantly ripping people off by not delivering their product at all. So they've simply said they're going to start selling your product. They jump on your listing with you. They make some sales of your product on your listing, and then they don't fulfill upon those orders at all. They simply disappear with the money. That ain't good, because your product will start getting bad reviews. So that is not good. All right. So you don't want that happening. Or another way that this can go bad is if the seller does fulfill a product, does sell a product, but it turns out what they sell is a very low quality version of your product. Again, you'll get bad reviews. This is not a good situation. So that's the two times when hijacking is not good, when they're actually going to ruin your listing for their own personal gain. So what do you do in those situations? Well, first thing to do, as soon as you see that you have another seller on your listing, the first thing to do is go to the files section. Actually, let me just take you in and show you the entire process so you can see it for yourself. Go into the AOE members area, go to files, and then once you're in files, you're going to scroll until you come down to sample cease and desist letter. That one right there. So sample cease and desist letter. That was written by the lawyer I use for everything, who is an incredibly good commercial litigation lawyer, whose name is Christos, but we think of him as the Pitbull because he is just an absolute animal, and he's who I use for all of my problems, shall we say, that legal problems that I have. So he wrote this for me, and so what I've got is I've just given it to you. It was very expensive for me to get it done, but it's yours to use now too. So the first thing you do is simply download this, fill in your details, fill in their details, and it even tells you how to actually send it to them on Amazon. Okay, dead easy to use. So that's your first step, number one. If you find you have somebody selling your product and you don't want them to send your product, you can just send them a cease and desist letter. If that doesn't work, okay, sometimes you get some people who go, well, that ain't a problem. I don't care if you sent me that. I'm not going to do anything about it. All right. So if that doesn't work, next thing you want to do is you want to get somebody, not you, but get somebody to buy their product and then file a to Z guarantee claim under a fraudulent, like the product was dangerous or something like that, what will happen immediately is that Amazon will suspend their listing. All right, so if you're playing hardball here, you're playing dirty with somebody that's playing dirty with you, and I make no qualms about doing that. So you file an 8 guarantee claim, and they like a fraudulent product or a dangerous product or something like that, they'll just immediately get suspended. All right. Now, whilst they are suspended, because they will get themselves unsuspended within a couple of weeks. So whilst they are getting themselves unsuspended, that gives you 2 weeks. During that 2 weeks, what you do is you get yourself an ebook created, and this whole strategy is laid out here. The fantastical Erica Steele came up with this, who's one of the Amazon coaches over in Perth. Get yourself an ebook created, and then follow the step-by-step strategies in here that tell you how to attach your ebook to your listing, and then you use the copyright inherent within your ebook to get them off of your listing. And it works every time. It works every time. Okay, so that's the strategy laid bare for you. It is a very cool strategy. It works every single time, and I will tell you from experience, the very second you become successful on Amazon, you will get hijacked. You will get hijacked. So that's good things to have in your toolkit to know exactly what to do to knock them off. Very, very cool strategy there. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.